Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your boy's not feeling too bright this morning. I don't know if it's a change in the weather or what, but this always tends to happen to your boy Jimmy every August. So, but that's not gonna stop me from doing our Summerslam post show. So we're gonna go over what I got right and what I got wrong. But you already know what it is. I'm your boy Jimmy Frey. Let's join the fray.
Where Jimmy was wrong.
Before I continue with this, I just want to point out I was on a perfect streak until the last two matches. With that first match being the WWE Women's Championship match. Now, honestly, this could have went either way. So, I did predict that a very talented Asian woman was going to walk away with the title, so I was right about that. I thought Asuka was going to retain, but you know what? I understand what they did with Bianca. It was kind of a measure of revenge from when Asuka took the title from her with the mist and all that. I'm not surprised at Io cashing in, but I really thought she was going to eventually cash in on Asuka. But that portion I'm not surprised of, so congrats to Io Sky, our new WWE Women's Champion. But yeah, I really thought it was going to be different. But hey, I got it wrong. Now this one was my fault, because I knew Jay was not going to win, but I wanted to kind of go off the rails with the results. So I said I picked neither of them to win. I thought it was going to be some type of screwy whatever. But see, I made that prediction before Friday Night SmackDown, where Paul Heyman, I believe it was Paul Heyman, uttered that there actually has to be a winner no matter what. Had I known that, I would have picked Roman to win, but I didn't. Now, I was not expecting the whole turn with Jimmy. And I'm going to talk about that real quick. With Jimmy, I don't think he's aligned with Roman Reigns, because I saw Roman's look after Jimmy left. And I think what's going to come down to, either Jimmy is jealous of Jay because Jay has been in the main event when he's been out twice now, or he did not want his brother to be the tribal chief because of what it did done to Roman. I think that's one of the two things that's going on with that. I did not appreciate the you Jimmy chants in the crowd. Alright, but and one weird moment in the match, I thought, and to me is just as bad as a crash pad, when they were out in the crowd and Solo was dragging Jay. They had to put the towel down to make sure he dragged him properly. I'm like, nobody else sees this? Like, they couldn't get that out of the camera shot? But that's just fine. But that's all that I got wrong. Let's look at the other side.
What Jimmy got right.
So this is the second time I picked the person to win that I didn't want to win, and it ended up being the first match on the card. With WrestleMania, it was Theory versus Cena. SummerSlam is Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Now, I kind of figured Ricochet was going to win. Reason I thought that is because I'm sorry, I said Ricochet won. Well, I thought Logan Paul was going to win, which he did. To my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, as far as single matches, I think he's only won one match. And for Ricochet to lose to Logan Paul, it was not going to hurt him at all. But with them getting Ricochet's girl involved, I have a sneaking suspicion that this feud is far from over. And I'm all for it. Okay, anybody with blinders on could see that LA Knight was going to win. I mean, it made sense. Now, I will say this. If Vince booked this Battle Royal, he probably wouldn't have. Now, before y'all get mad in the comments or whatever, I'm going to put it this way. It is not dogging Vince McMahon at all. It's all in philosophy. And I'm not saying Triple H is the greatest booker either, but I'm not saying he's not. But with Triple H, he sees talent and talent's popularity and puts it up there. And not saying that Vince doesn't, but Vince adds the aspect of he feels he knows what the crowd wants before they do. And that has caused him to be incorrect on a lot of things. Now, who would have wanted Vince booked it? I have no idea. But with the Triple H booking, the Austin Theory selection made a lot of sense. Personally, I thought it was going to be either him or Bronson Reed, but I'm glad it was LA Knight, and I said Austin Theory. Look, man, I'm not feeling good. I might stumble and say some wrong things. Anyway, LA Knight won. I got that right. This one was a tough one because I like both of these guys. And like I said, the predictions, I didn't want to see Gunther lose this match because I want to see him have that record-breaking IC reign, because that's only going to give the title more prestige and give him more momentum when he eventually goes for the world title, which we all know he will. But I'm hoping this loss does not set McIntyre back, because I like McIntyre too. But Gunther for the win, and this was one hard-hitting match, and I loved every second of it. Of course, they say that Ronda is on her way out, so like I said, it made sense for Shayna to win. Now, I had some issues with this match, though. So they said it was MMA rules, but okay, they said it was MMA rules that you could only win by knockout or submission. That's only part of MMA rules. They could have added rounds. I thought that would have added a more dynamic to the match. And on top of that, in an MMA match, you're not going to have ropes and be able to go out of the ring. Okay, in UFC and Bellator you can't. Maybe Pride FC you can, but even in Pride FC, you will go out the ring. They reset it in the middle of the ring. They had none of that aspect here. And it's almost like they, to put it in layman's terms, they brawl for all the MMA rules, if you get what I'm saying. They kind of bastardized it WWE style. I'm guessing so it wouldn't be as violent. Speaking of which, with these two women being MMA fighters, I would have had them going at it for real. Now, I know they're concerned about blood and all that stuff, but that's just me. There were many aspects they could have added to make this match better. I mean, more MMA feeling, especially when you got a lot of MMA fans watching WWE, and then Endeavor is taking over WWE, which, you know, there was a lot more that could have been done with this, in my opinion. But I know they gotta keep the whole family-friendly thing with WWE, so I guess I kind of limited what it really was. And also, I thought it would have been better in a cage match rather than the ring anyway. But congrats to Shayna. I knew she was going to win. I didn't know how, but I knew Cody was going to win. And you know what? A big shout out to Brock Lesnar on that measure of respect. I believe Triple H said in the press conference that was unscripted, off the cuff. So, and I know we give Brock a lot of crap, especially with the part-time champion thing when he was champion, or not having the belt on TV for months, me included. But there is a huge measure of respect I do have for Brock when it comes to other talent. He don't just go around burying talent all the time. He'll give credit to where credit is due. For him to give this rub to Cody was very admirable, especially when you see what Cody's trying to do. So, big ups to Brock on that, and congrats to Cody. And last but not least, the World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, I had a feeling Seth was going to retain. I wasn't entirely sure. But like I said, if Finn won, I wouldn't have been mad. But I wasn't sure if Priest was going to have say in this with his cash in or whatnot. But congrats to Seth. I saw some people online saying Seth's not dropping that title for a while. Like, don't say that. Don't say that with Damian Priest having the briefcase. Don't say that. And when there was rumors that Seth was kind of hurt or nagging injuries and whatnot, if he needs to take a break, Mr. Money in the Bank, or they can, I wouldn't like it, they could have Damian cash in and then Seth get it right back, or somehow Finn ends up with it. All around a good match. You know, you saw vintage Finn and Seth. You saw some elements from the match they had for the inaugural Universal title, which I thought was awesome. I thought adding that whole aspect was awesome. I think they added more flair from that, even more than in the last matchup they just had a month ago or so. So, all around good match. Congrats to Seth. So, I got 6 out of 8 right. Could have easily been 7 if I didn't do the nil thing. I'll tell you what, man. Well, one aspect you could say is if I got a perfect score, then a lot of people would think that it was predictable. And a lot of people thought that SummerSlam last night was predictable, but it wasn't. Especially that women's match. That women's match, nobody knew was going to happen. I was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen? Who's going to score the win? Of course, that one was predictable because I guess the cash-in to everybody was kind of predictable. And I was just laughing at the fact that you saw Io and Bayley running down that long rampway. Oh, like, I know they got me tired. Anyway. Well, that is SummerSlam. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Freight Picks Post Show. And y'all have a wonderful night. You made it all the way to the end of the video. But did you subscribe, though? If not, considering subscribing so that you're notified of every video we make and becoming a member of the Frey family. One of us. One of us. One of us. What? Thank you for joining the Frey. Good night.